So I got a little cutie back there. A lion head bunny. He's so beautiful. Gonna get started on a little bit of tarot here. The cute bunny in the background. Oh yeah, I guess I did a little bit of Egypt action with some kitty cats over here. And a few other ones on there. Let's shuffle these up a little bit. Alright, first one out. Waiting for something to grow. Pentacles. So cute. But, putting a lot of effort and work into something and waiting for a good outcome. So, yeah, that's a good thing sometimes, you know? I'd say all the time. Because when we put effort into anything, we want to see it grow. Especially something that we're passionate about. It's always important. Alright, King of Swords. Cutting things off straight away in a authoritative manner. So, slicing through the bullshit, as they like to say. Well, Bunny and I know all about that. I guess humans do too, though. Intuition of not putting up with people's falseness, you know? This is nice. Three of Swords. Heartbreak coming out. Not going in, you know? That's awesome. You coming up to say hi? If you guys get like a better look at the little guy. He is so sweet. Oh my goodness. The cute and fuzzy bunnies of the world. He's one of them. Aww. Back to this. King of Cups, something with a lot of emotion. Headed your way. It's an energy of masculine. Doesn't always mean a male, but it has that energy of something of emotional significance. So, sometimes it means love, even. So, an emotional offer. The Hierophant, one that's above in authority and has, I would say, I always like to call him the good father figure of the tarot deck when it comes to, some people like to think of it as marriage, or someone in the church that's authoritative. It can be looked at, I guess, in a few different ways. So, but this is a higher up known source of understanding, and definitely carries a source of authority in that way. This one's just, I love this. this one. This means happiness. And all kinds of ways. Material, money, kind of like the whole 9 yards. Family could be friends, and all things you're passionate about as well. So it's just exploding and becoming so abundant. So this means leaving the struggles behind. Obviously somebody has came against somebody and they lost. So I'm thinking this is somebody around you that was hoping it would have been the other way around, but it's not, obviously. Looks like you won. Guy there standing with all the swords is the guy who beat the other guys out. And they're just walking away because they know they lost before they began. Anything that stands on a lie cannot stand. Anything that stands for truth, well, will stand forever. Beyond men. So this was things in the past, as well, struggling, arguments, fights, maybe somebody knowing that you were going to come into that abundance and they had some problems with you getting a better life, and that's kind of on them, not you, right? But you don't have to be that person fighting them off anymore, that's for sure, which is a complete relief. That little buddy is adorable. The chariot. Something rushing into your life. We always have the contemplation of good and evil on the side there. But trying to think positively with a heart. But it is something gonna happen fast. Definitely quick. It's not something that moves slowly. Contemplation. Looking out there and waiting for the ships to come in and having the whole world in your hands. Well, that is true. You can have the whole world in your hands and be waiting for something, but yet have it all within you at the same time. So, there's that. We have many worlds within us. When we dream at night, we open many dimensions and go to many different places. And on those timelines, we've either lived before, or it's something we've freed ourselves to go be through another world. And when we wake up, we need to remember those dreams. We need to remember everything, Sometimes it's harder to remember them than we think. Sometimes it's easier to remember our dreams than we think. I like this one. Oh my goodness. So this one just popped out at me as I was moving the deck. Yeah, divine gifts from heaven, which has got abundance, and a pinnacle must mean a lot of a lot of abundance and money coming to you from God. it's also giving things that you were passionate about and the talents that God gave you to come into fruition. I like to think of this as the definitely the leisure card where the animals, everybody is just having the best time and the highest time of their life. But this is accomplishments afterwards and in getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And definitely a nice leisure of luxury. And a celebration coming up. Yeah, celebration. Trying to free somebody down here. She looks like she wants to fly and celebrate. Okay, so the 3 of Cups, and I'd say that's pretty nice. Getting to have fun and celebrate with people and have a good time is always awesome. The Star card. That is great because that means that's all good things coming out and into this world and being able to create out of nothing and becoming something you've always known you were of goodness and greatness and was going to show the world that they didn't know about, but no, they'll know. And it'll help them grow. The more you know, the more you grow, as they say. There's a dove loose in here. So somebody in the past tried to pull one over on you and steal your stuff. Now, you could have suspected it and not known it, or not just known about it, but you tried taking your things, and that is not cool. You don't, things are to use, people are to love, so you can't have people around you like that. I don't care who they are. I don't think you should either if they're treating you like that. It's called self-respect. That's why you get those type away from you as soon as possible. You don't put up with them disrespecting you, calling you names, because you love yourself more than that. Even if it means taking a time out and saying, hey, this is not the way I want to swing. I imagine my life better than this, and having a good talk with them and letting them know they can't steal, kill, and destroy. Or just having them go all together. There's somebody back there saying hi. She's back there tearing up the lights. That's what she does best. Thinking of love. Her name's Love Dove. She goes over there and beats up the lights. But nonetheless, don't put up with this stuff. You know what I mean? And she's not putting up with those lights messing with her, but you don't put up with this people stealing from you, no matter who it is. Your own kids, you can't have that. No, there's got to be some lessons and rules, and that can't continue. Okay, so this is, you see, she can break free since there's nobody around her, and it's just a bunch, but it feels like a personal mind prison sometimes when or if we get in that mind frame, which is not healthy, and being stuck there in that mental prison. But the best part is being able to free yourself and trying to think positive thoughts. I guess kind of like that Love Dove back there, she's she's going after those lights, but Looks like she thought positive thoughts enough to fly away from him, didn't she? And not sit there and argue with him forever. So she's so cute. A little love tap. Taking a rest, taking a break, getting some relaxation. Her wings are so sweet. I love the sound of dove's wings. So magical and peaceful, and I don't know, so many great things all at the same time. But this is great, taking a break. Even though sometimes it feels like you've been through a battle, but hey, those are what they are. And then sometimes those battles make us who we are. Right? Ooh. Queen of Cups, Queen of Emotions. Now, sometimes people say this is like, it could be good, like using your intuition for understanding something before it happens. And as I was saying earlier, like thinking and remembering your dreams, have an intuition of emotions in your dreams, and getting to be discerning, you know, especially if you can remember them and they tell you something ahead of time. I like this one because it's giving a part, you know, and sharing, charitable, caring, and taking something that you have and making it of equal value to all those you give to. Not trying to favor one over the other, but doing your best to give to all that you can. But keep that in mind, like I've said in other videos. You can't pour from an empty cup. Just fill your cup so you can have it overflow. When somebody has a lot of love on them, they shouldn't be taken for granted. They should have been looked at, or shall be looked at, or will be looked at as someone who has a lot of good heart and loves to give and loves to care and share. And when we can't do that, a part of us is missing if we know who we are, right? Because, as I said before, things are to use, people are to love, not the other way around. Not using people and loving things. That's really messed up. That'll ruin your whole life. More ways than one. It's a spiritual and physical upside down world. Worse than Stranger Things. Anyway, this is having all these cups in front of you and not being satisfied with your choices, and there's like one coming from heaven and wanting you to pay attention to something that's going to come into your life, or has, or is, you know, something like that. But I think it's more or less is, like this little love dove right here. She loves to come on to my life and hang out with me. She's beautiful. But it's important, you know, to contemplate the good things and the ones you love, and not worry about sometimes those that are not there, because you can't do anything about those that aren't there. Hopefully she didn't leave a little present there, but it happens sometimes. Nonetheless, you can't concentrate on the ones that don't love you, but the ones that do. And it's important. It's really important to be like that. When we put our mind over to great things happen, right? So drop the burdens, drop all the heavy weight. Sometimes we think too much as humans and carry too much weight from the past and all the communications and conversations and contemplations. Sometimes build up and look like that in our mind. And like we're carrying it and we just gotta drop it so we can have that peace of mind. Yep. And look at life more defined. And look at this guy. Wow. King of Pentacles. I'd say I kind of like that guy. Not just because I always get along good with, earth signs and people like that, but King of Pentacles is really neat. A lot of abundance. Sometimes it can mean the sign of Capricorn or Virgo, earth signs basically, but it definitely is one that is abundance and has more than enough of overflow to help others and do good. So that's obviously happening in your life. If it hasn't happened, it is soon. And this is the contemplation, going back and forth in between juggling and, sometimes not knowing what's going to happen. But we're balancing acts anyway, doing the best we can. Somebody's over there juggling those strings again. And the Ace of Swords. Divine truth. Coming your way. I always like that. So, something that you needed to hear, understand, is coming at hand. Like that. As it should be. As it should be. So, we do have those. Alright. And last card we have up here, which I love, is this. I always look at it as the 1111 card, which is happiness. Beautiful entrance into a beautiful heaven-like space and place. And when looks like Love Dove's going to bed. She's like, I'm going through those gates, all right. She has a nice huge cage. And but this is happiness, peace, and celebration all at once. I honestly don't think it gets much better than that, though. And it's extremely beautiful. So, when you can remember to think positive, it gets you to places like this, even in your own mind. And to become one with that thought process is to almost think about it, enter into a whole nother dimension through a gate that you know you're going to love. Anticipation. Kind of reminds me of going to an event and knowing that you're going to love what's going to be happening on the other side. You can hear all the happiness from the inside coming out. You should think of yourself like that. Right? Alright. You guys have a great one. And enjoy your day. And hopefully enjoyed all the animals as well here. And don't forget your beautiful way to a better day.